Ayìnon Agelogbagan Agbovi the first here. Again, just off the cuff remarks basically, but dealing with real stuff. So as many of you know that watch our videos, you know that we are from the city of Mobile, Alabama, where in 1860 the last so-called slave ship came, called the Clotilda. This is about real briefly, because there's not much to say these days, so we don't need long videos. So real briefly, this is about Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron, the famous baseball player that everybody is lamenting and talking about now, was from Mobile, Alabama, born and raised there. Because you could be from a place and then not really have any real connection with it because you moved from there real early, like when you were 4 or 5 years old or something like that, or whatever, 10 or whatever, you know. But he was born and raised there, born in down the Bay Area, and his main upbringing was his hangout was Tomerville, which is interesting because that was our hangout, even though we're not exactly from Tomerville. Tomerville is a very historical place. A lot of successful African, new African professionals lived in that area when we were growing up, you know. However, Hank Aaron, from Mobile, born and raised there, ended up playing for the Braves or whatever, and his everything he big upped was Atlanta, you know. Nothing wrong with Atlanta. This is not about Atlanta versus Mobile. We're talking about a mentality of the so-called great Hank Aaron. There's a park in Mobile called Aaron Park. Many of us from the back in the day era, when we were playing football and baseball and all that stuff, growing up, playing against each other, playing with each other, we still call it Carver Park. That's what it was called before it was renamed Aaron Park. It was renamed Aaron Park, but interestingly enough, Hank Aaron had very little, if anything, to do with being interested in development in Mobile, Alabama. He never did anything for development in Mobile, Alabama. All of his stuff was Atlanta-oriented and other places or whatnot, right? We decree and we believe that that park should have never been named Hank Aaron Park or Aaron Park, because he had nothing to do with Tomerville outside of that. He grew up there, but his contributions were everywhere else. That park, as we mentioned in another video, should be named Misfortune Park. You know, the one that was actually there grooming him, well, maybe not him per se, but grooming all these athletes and whatever that would become some one day. She was there at all our games. Why is this park named Aaron Park? And he was a Negro that didn't even care about that area. Obviously, because when he became famous, nothing. Nothing. Not even really mentions of Tomerville. You know, not much mention even about his Mobile roots. We got to stop playing that Messianic game, that Messiah complex, that the one that they doing with this Kamala Harris stuff and Chucks and sneakers, Chucks and pearls stuff, all that kind of stuff. That Messiah thing where you're looking for a savior, this figure all the time. Black folks, y'all got to stop that. Y'all really making yourself look crazy in front of the world, for real. Odabo, Jack.